Did you know Pixar started in 1979, but didn't release Toy Story until 1995? Cue the music. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very tickled episode of the Good Leader Podcast. Jess, what's going on over there?
I'm crying, guys.
I did the, what do you call it? Do you call that a quiet entry, an abrupt entry? There's got to be a name for it. You know what I'm saying? Cold entry?
Like the cold open?
It's like a cold open. I did the cold open. Jess was going to do the cold open, but literally could not because she's laughing.
I'm sorry. They got me tickled.
All right. Hey, you know what? They say laughter's the best medicine. So
I need a lot of medicine.
take another sip.
Help.
All right, good. Hey, I got a game for us today because we're talking about Pixar. Welcome back to Pixar Palooza, and welcome back to the podcast, Kyle, the Pixar aficionado Price.
Thanks.
I thought you get a cheer from the studio audience, but they could care less. There you go. There you go.
Thanks, Lim.
All right, welcome, Lemuel. I don't think so fast.
Or never at all.
Guys.
I'm just going off of what you said on the last episode. I think you're a fast thinker.
My spirit animal must be like a sloth or something.
Oh man, the sloth in Zootopia. This is not Zootopia is not a Pixar film, but man, talk about a joke that they hit perfectly. Have you seen Zootopia?
Yes.
Let me. Have you seen Zootopia?
I don't think so. Yes, I have. Yes,
you
I
have
have.
got to increase your cartoon.
Do you
watch.
have a child?
It's been so long.
Zootopia.
I have seen Zootopia.
The sloth.
His child watches
the
sermons.
Genius. That's true. She's over there preaching sermons.
Yeah.
The genius is that they just do not let it go. When you think, okay, I've had enough of this, they just keep going with it. It's great stuff. All right. Hey, we're not talking about Disney. We're talking about Pixar Palooza. And today we're talking about The Incredibles. We've got our 5 categories. We brought, I'm sorry, I didn't officially welcome you to the show. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you back.
You know, nobody really knows who I am. Never really in the room. So.
Have you seen The Incredibles? Today we're talking about The Incredibles. Have you seen this one?
It is the one I have seen.
Well, then you can chime in on this one.
I'm very
Did you
excited.
do your homework and come up with your list for the 5 categories?
I sure didn't.
Okay, that's, you know what? Hey,
Glad you're here.
I learned on the last episode to give people a chance.
Yes.
Today's lesson is sometimes they lay you down. Both things are true.
We're going to talk about that.
Both things are true. Is that what
I'm
got?
going to talk about
Okay,
that.
that's a little foreshadowing. That's what I like. But first, we got a game called Pick the Year. Give me that game music. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a year. You give me the Pixar movie. I'm going to give you a year. You give me the Pixar movie. That's right. It's that simple. Which movie was released in 2003? Jess, start us off. Which Pixar movie was released in 2003? Go back. Where was little Jess in 2003?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Okay. Hey, this might hit. Okay. So what Pixar movie did you watch in kindergarten?
I don't know.
Oh, I bet you've seen this one. I'm not going to give any hints though. You got 3 seconds to guess.
I will just go on a limb and say Toy Story 2.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Kyle, do you have a guess?
Is it Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo is correct. Ding, 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 ding.
I definitely have seen it and was definitely watching it.
Yes, Finding Nemo's a solid movie. We'll talk about it coming up. I got to be honest. I think Kyle's going to be pretty good at this game. This is the kind of game that it's like he should not be good at, and he's going to be freakishly good at.
He's good at everything. All
right, here you go, Lemuel. You ready? Name that movie. What Pixar film was released in 1995?
Toy Story.
Correct.
Spoilers.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, Jess, which Toy Story? 1995. Which Pixar film was released in 1998?
That is it Monsters, Inc.?
No, I'm sorry. That's a great guess. Kyle, I think he's going to steal this one. Shoot. I think he's going to get another point.
1998 was a really good year.
It was a great year. Phenomenal year.
I've got this one on lock.
Oh, let me.
I think.
You know what? I love a confident Lim.
Give it to him.
I love a confident. And a confident Kyle.
Pass it off to him.
Oh, Lemuel, what do you got?
A Bug's Life.
Correct.
Nice.
I think I actually knew
Clutch.
that.
That's
way too
clutch.
That is clutch.
He called a shot. I like that.
Way to
All right,
be.
Kyle, coming back to you. Which Pixar movie was released in 2007?
Oh, gosh.
I will admit, this one's tough. I gave you a couple of easy ones to start.
Okay,
Easier.
around there would have been like
talk it
Brave,
out.
Wall-E, Ratatouille.
Correct. I told you, how's he going to be good at this?
This
That's
guy's an
insane.
animal.
He's an animal. I'm an animal. All right, Jess. I'm not an animal. Jess, you're up. Which Pixar film was released in 2020? 2020.
Onward.
Yes! Nice
Nice.
job. I'm so
We're
proud of
killing
you.
this.
You said
Y'all
COVID.
are killing it.
You said COVID.
I did. Good job. I am so proud of you.
You gave it
You're
to me.
essential. You're essential.
I am. Emergency or something.
All right. Lemuel, which Pixar movie was released in 2023?
Oh, you got it.
2023.
Inside Out.
Incorrect.
That was last year.
My Pixar watching basically stopped at Ratatouille, I think.
Okay. All right. Man, that's sad.
I mean, if you
That
want me to
hurts
be
my
honest,
heart.
me too. Like, I mean, Inside Out's the only one I've seen. Like,
Why are Kyle and I so into it then? We've seen them all.
That's the big question.
I'm missing 2.
we're all wondering, actually.
You know what? The 3 people listening to this podcast are also just as into it. So thank you. Thank you for loving
It was
Pixar
just
like we
joke.
do.
It was a joke.
No,
Thanks,
it's okay.
Cambry.
I can take it. I can take it. I said 2023. Kyle, do you have a guess? Pixar movie 2023.
Is it Elemental?
It is Elemental. Correct.
I didn't even know that was a
Way to be.
Pixar title. I'll
It's
be
the
honest.
most recent one.
It's the most recent one. All right, here we go. We just got a couple more. Now, this is a 2 for 1. Okay. So you give me 2 answers, and it's going to be worth 2 points. You have to get both to get it correct. Name 2 Pixar movies released in 2015. Jess, you're up first. There were 2 Pixar movies released in 2015. Can you name them both? This is for double points in the game, in fact.
No, but
You can give it a guess. Got any guesses?
Monsters University.
And Monsters University and
Is it Inside Out?
incorrect. Lemuel.
Monsters University
Oh,
and Finding Dory.
Incorrect.
I didn't think it was.
Kyle.
I just want to double check. You said and. Are you saying that Monsters U is one of the 2 movies?
I have not told anybody what they
I
got
thought
or what
that's
they
what
didn't
that
get.
was. So
Okay. I'm going Finding Dory and Good Dinosaur.
Incorrect.
let's hear it.
The Good Dinosaur
Okay.
and Inside Out. Inside
we
Out.
both got one
so you both got
right.
one. All right.
Yes.
Winner is Kyle.
I got one right,
ding,
too.
ding, ding. Kyle taking it away.
Way to go,
Winning
bud.
this game. Inside
Thanks.
Out and The Good Dinosaur both released in 2015. Isn't that weird? They skipped 2014. You know, they basically go 1 per year, but they skipped 14 and gave 2 in 2015. Cool. And coming up this June, I'm very excited about Inside Out 2. I watched the trailer officially. I'm not a big trailer watcher, especially if I want to see the movie. I purposefully avoid the trailer, but went to see If. We were on a little mini vacation, went to see If. Have you seen If? Ryan Reynolds, Imaginary Friends?
No, is it good?
It's pretty good. It's a solid B.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Good movie. We enjoyed it though. Had a good time, and they showed the Inside Out trailer, and I'm so stoked. What's going to happen? I think I'm going to bring on Adelaide for a special episode.
Ooh.
Love.
Because she is the exact age.
She's the same age
She is
as
the
Riley.
exact age as Riley.
Wow.
In this.
How fun.
Like, and a couple of the scenes in the full trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, that is definitely my life.
Wow.
Like, I am living that in this moment. Like, there's one scene that's great. The mom steps in the bedroom and is like, Riley, we got to hurry up. And she's like, Riley goes, I'm the worst. And like kind of collapses.
I still do that.
And well, you're 14.
Right.
Right?
I'm 14.
Your spirit animal
Yes.
is 14.
Yes.
And the mom, you know, it zaps into her head and her emotions. She goes, and the emotions are like, did we just see the next 10 years of our life? Really funny stuff. Really good stuff.
Nice.
So
Love.
Inside Out 2 coming out. Hey, we're going to talk all about The Incredibles and these 5 categories, starting with leadership lessons when we get back from the break.
Hey y'all, Paradigm Shift is searching for a multimedia production specialist. This individual will need to be proficient in podcast engineering, videography, video editing, and social media content. If that's you, shoot us a DM on Instagram at Paradigm Shift Leadership.
Solid. We're looking for a podcast producer.
We are.
What?
We are.
Breaking
Getting
news.
fired.
We fired him.
Let me know. You quitting us?
I think we're moving.
Tell us about
I think
it.
that's what the plan is.
Tell us about
Wow.
it.
I'm going to be working at Highlands College in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. So we're pretty pumped,
That's cool. So brand new job, moving on to bigger and better things, huh?
I guess.
I would say congratulations, but I don't mean it. Let's talk about The Incredibles. All right, The Incredibles leadership lessons. Kyle, what was your first leadership lesson? Mine is if you get a better job, take it. If you get a better offer. Right, Lemuel? Wow.
Dang, that's the rule.
Unnecessary, Jess. Wow.
If that's the rule, then
If that's the rule, I would have been gone decades ago.
I'll see you guys later.
Ouch.
No, that's not the rule. Of course, I'm speaking from my wounded emotions here, okay? My inner child is hurt.
Well, listen,
I have abandonment issues.
we have to recognize those issues.
Thank you.
And not project them onto other people.
You know what? Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. We'll talk about that during Inside Out. But right now we're talking about The Incredibles. And yes, of course, we're happy for Lemuel. Great. Congratulations. Yeah. So good and happy. It's going to be great. Yeah. So excited. All right. But Kyle, let's talk about The Incredibles.
Yep.
And what do you got? Leadership lessons.
Okay, I got 2. Respect everyone, aka everyone's special. That's actually a quote from the movie. So I believe it is Elastigirl or Helen talking to her son Dash, and she's like, "Everyone's special."
Yeah. A rebuttal. Can we going to get this
go
out
for it.
right here?
Sure.
Well, because on my best quotes, everyone is special. Everyone is special, Dash. And then he replies, that's just another way to say no one is. So I don't think everybody's special.
I disagree with Dash.
I fully agree with Dash. I think that's wisdom. I think he's saying, yeah, that's just a way to say everybody's special. That's just a way to say nobody's special. I don't like treating everybody the same.
I don't like treating everybody the same. I like finding people's uniqueness and pinpointing that, and that's like how they're special.
Fair enough. Okay, I can go with
I don't
that.
like a good blanket statement. I get where you're coming
You
from.
know what I'm saying? I was saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't like the blanket statement because
Like, oh, you're special in some way. We just got to find.
right.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I don't like the banquet ubiquitous, like, oh, no, you're great. Well, maybe
You have
you're
a
not.
lot of potential.
Yeah. Maybe you're not great.
So you would have rather the word unique versus special.
Everyone is unique. Yeah, I would like everyone is unique better than everyone is special,
Okay.
I say.
I'll
So
take
maybe it's
that.
just semantics on my point. But I actually, Kyle was really hitting the nail on the head when I'm thinking, I don't like this like broad ubiquitous, especially, I guess, the context of the movie, which is some of my lessons here. We'll just ping pong back and forth. Kyle didn't intend to do this, but I really love the idea of owning your strengths. So to play off yours, by owning it.
That's kind of what I was interpreting.
And that's where I'm going with
Yeah.
this. Because the mom is trying to
I'll take
downplay.
that.
The mom is basically like, no, we've got to blend
sure.
in, hide.
For
don't.
sure.
Which, I mean, she has reasons for it, the legal issues that are abounding. But
Right.
she's like, no, be like everyone else. And then everyone's special. And he's like, no, that's what you're not letting me be unique. You're not letting me be special.
Okay.
You're not letting me stand out.
I'll take that.
So my lesson is own your strengths, whatever that is.
Nice.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad we fleshed that out. What's another
Yeah,
lesson
thank you for
got?
that. Number 2, character is more important than talent. I'm going to go a little bit deep here pretty quick.
Dive in.
The villain of the movie, Syndrome, pretty famous backstory. Like he got snubbed by, Mr. Incredible, or seemingly snubbed by Mr. Incredible. I'll get to that here in a little bit.
Isn't that a great backstory, though?
It is a great backstory.
It's a great origin story for a villain.
He gets his feelings hurt, and he's this really smart guy, and he ends up like
Gen Z.
destroying all these heroes. And
Yeah.
he has so much talent and potential, and he could have used it for good. And if he had the character, he would have been a superhero like he wanted to be all along. So character's more important than talent.
That's good stuff.
I love
It's
that.
the difference between a hero and a villain.
That's good.
I'll
Whoa,
co-sign that.
Kyle with the quotes. I don't know if you caught that. The difference between a hero and a villain is character.
true.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty good. Jess, you've seen this movie.
I have.
Would you agree with that? Do you like where Kyle's going here? Any
For
lessons
sure.
you want to
No,
throw in?
I think he hit the nail right on the head.
Sure did.
I mean, God, I'm feeling.
That's good.
Wow. It makes you think about why you're doing something before you do it, and if you're doing it for the right reason. And if you continue along that journey, like you could end up, it being your lifestyle.
Yep. For sure.
Okay, you got anything else? That's
Those are
good,
my two.
Kyle. All right, I got several. I already said own your own strengths. Here's another one. I got to be honest, and I'm going to jump into some of my quotes. Kyle, feel free to throw in your quotes that you like. Jess, if you have any quotes from The Incredibles you want to throw in, or Lemuel, have you seen The Incredibles? You have not seen
have.
this. You have seen this one.
Big fan.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to
Came out before Ratatouille.
It came out before Ratatouille. That's exactly right. Okay, well, hey, please feel free. Jump in, this whole gang then. Upon a rewatch, big Edna Mode fan over here.
nice.
Upon the rewatch, I was like, wow, Edna is just spitting fire. Everything she's saying is like, wow, let's just do the leadership lessons is brought to you by Edna Mode.
Right.
I like No Capes. I like No Capes a lot by Edna Mode. That's a great leadership lesson. Why? Unnecessary frills in your business are only going to take away from your critical product.
Wow. That's
Right?
So
That'll
yeah,
preach.
you looked for it and you found it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did, but I was like, wow, that's good. No capes. Where are we doing this? Why are we wearing this cape? It's kind of like Andre was saying a few episodes ago. If
everyone else
the
wears a
changes, if the changes to your product do not enhance the singular
Yep.
meaning or reason for your product, then do not make that change.
Wow.
I like that. No capes.
Yeah. Don't wear a cape just because Dyna Guy is.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. I want to be, what was the guy? It was the visor guy or the
Oh yeah, Frozone.
Frozone's the only one I'm
No, I
thinking
love
of. Who are you talking
Frozone.
about?
No, I'm talking about Gazer Beam.
Gazer Beam.
Gazer
That's
Beam
it.
was the guy that I wanted
like
more
Cyclops?
of. No,
Yeah, basically.
Gazer Beam was the one I wanted more of. What a name. What a great Gazer Beam.
Gazer Beam.
All right, so Edna Mode, continuing my Edna Mode. She also, I love it when she's talking to Elastigirl. When Elastigirl is worried that Mr. Incredible's having an affair and she's kind of breaking down, and she's like, "Pull yourself together." You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She really gets it. She's
Yes.
like, "Pull yourself together. What are you going to do? You're going to go. You're going to fight. You're going to win. You're going to kiss your man back. Now go." I love it. Just fired me up. I'm like, wow. Edna
She's
Mode,
the sage.
she is the sage. She is the wise janitor of this movie. Put me in, coach. Let's do this right now. But I love it. So leadership lessons. Sometimes I know, Jess. I know. You're going to come at me for this. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, you're really not. I think in your heart of hearts, you're not.
Okay.
But the stereotypical versions of each of us would go at each other for this.
Let's do it.
I know we talk a lot about mental health.
Right.
And rightfully so. I don't mean to be, rightfully so. We talk about burnout and we talk about things like that, which are very important. But sometimes to me, the leadership lesson is pull yourself together. So sometimes it's,
You know how many times I've pulled myself together?
and I know that and I appreciate that about you, but seriously, sometimes it's not
Dig
like,
deep.
I don't need a break. You don't need a break. You don't need a different job. You don't need a vacation and you actually don't need therapy today. What you need is to pull yourself together and go out and kick a little tail. That's what you need to do.
I've been there.
You know,
Take it on the
seriously,
chin.
Yeah.
Like pull yourself together, which is what she told me. Like in this, no, you don't need to, don't sit here freaking out. You're Elastigirl. Get up, go be Elastigirl and save the day.
And go slay.
Go slay, queen.
Yeah.
And Elastigirl did. Talk about an underrated superhero. Elastigirl can basically do anything. She was, when she turned herself into a boat for her kids.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me? What a
said,
great
"Hop
moment
in."
is that?
One of my
Kinda
favorite
tight.
scenes from the whole movie is when she's like in the 3 different hallways, like fighting the 3 guys. I love it.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah.
Well, and she turned herself into a parachute. That's what I
Yeah.
should have done. I need to rewatch the movie. Okay, she's a boat. She's a parachute. She was stretched all the way.
She's a mom.
She's a mom. The greatest superhero, super strength of all. Mom.
And she's just
Being
a girl.
mom.
At the end of the day.
Elastigirl.
She's just a girl.
Just a girl falling in love with a boy.
I'm just a girl.
Little old me.
Who's afraid? Little
All right.
old me.
Okay, so those are my leadership lessons. So my quotes, I already gave one. Pull your stuff together, Edna Mode. I also like, yes, words are useless. Edna Mode. My other Edna Mode was, I never look at the past, darling.
Solid.
Distracts from the now.
Yep.
Good. That's quotable, right?
Yep.
Like you could put that on your wall. We could put that
Incredible.
right here.
Some might say.
Wow. Jess wins. Jess wins the pod.
Something amazing, I guess.
Well, that was really good.
Thanks.
Is that one of your quotes? That's a good one, though.
Oh, no.
That's a good one.
Poignant moment.
It is a poignant moment. Something amazing, I guess.
What are you waiting for? Something amazing, I guess.
You're right. It's when it's in the driveway,
Yeah.
right? The little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just a funny one, but when Frozone is like, "Where is my super suit?"
I say that all the time.
It's genius writing.
Where is my super soup?
It's hilarious. It's so good.
Good stuff.
All right. Speaking of, who would you hire?
Well, I got a quote real quick.
Oh, hit
And
it
then-
up. My bad. Hit
Then
up
I'll
the
share
quotes.
my
Hit up
hire.
the quotes and who do you hire?
I only have one quote. No matter how many times you save the world, it always manages to get back in jeopardy again.
That's great.
And it's honestly not even that much of a leadership lesson, but it's like, man, didn't I just write this curriculum? Didn't I just train these people?
It's an entrepreneurship
Didn't we
lesson
just
for
do
sure.
it? Really is.
Like a
It's
business
yes.
leader.
As soon as you hit the goal, there's another goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Didn't we just do this? Oh, that's good stuff, Kyle. I like that.
Thanks.
Kyle, once again, that's why he's the aficionado. He's the best. Who would you hire, Kyle?
Appreciate it. I got 2 people that I'm hiring.
I'm
from
coming
the
to you
movie.
next, Jess.
And we've already talked about them. It's Edna and Elastigirl.
Oh, you would hire Edna? She was
Yeah.
on your list?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's a visionary. You know,
She is.
Yeah.
She's got that
It's
vision.
like the CEO.
Yeah. They've got a whole, if you go to Hollywood Studios, there's a whole Edna Mode portion where you take pictures with the Incredibles, but you go through Edna Mode's like Hall of Fame of wardrobe for superheroes.
That's cool.
It's kind of a cool setup.
I have a confession. All these years, I've thought it's Edna Molds with an L.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Edna mode.
Modeled.
Edna.
Yeah. So good to know.
Well, who would you hire, Lim?
Edna.
You hiring
Number one.
Edna?
Yeah.
Wow,
And
Edna
then-
might be the number one hire. Jess, who you hiring in the whole movie?
Oh, just one? You had two?
You
Not
can have two. Sure, of course you can.
I was thinking of them as a duo.
I think you got 2 positions open on the website right now. So yeah, hire 2.
Love. I'm hiring Edna
Okay.
and Violet.
Really?
Yes.
Violet has not gotten a lot of love on this podcast so far.
I think that I could see them being a duo in a way that Edna really just pours into her as a mentor
That's good.
and, makes her all she's supposed to be.
I like the character arc of Violet in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good character arc
Yeah.
they did there. Well, I'm going off script here. I'm hiring Frozone.
I was going to say
I'm going
Frozone.
Frozone.
Number
I think
two.
he is an awesome number 2. If I
yeah.
could just have, if Frozone was working as my sidekick right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Hype
So
man.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. I see what you did there. Nice.
I'm just on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yep. That girl is ice. All right. Any hot takes? Any hot takes for The Incredibles?
I have a quick one.
hear it.
This may not be a hot take because I mean it could
be a lukewarm take.
Lukewarm take. Mr. Incredible did the right thing by focusing on his family instead of his superhero life.
Okay.
Yeah. So raise your kids.
Yeah, but how do you
be
feel
with your
about his
wife.
dual life, though? Because, I mean, that's kind of the plot of the movie. How he
I know.
steps back
Well,
in.
I
He's
mean,
kinda
for the
living 2
years
lives.
between stepping out of super heroism
Yes.
and the moment where he gets like called back up.
So do you think he was doing the bad thing by stepping back in then?
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
Kind of along those lines. My hot take. Elastigirl, she's the real villain.
Whoa,
really?
that is hot.
Elastigirl is the real villain in the
Can you
entire
give some
movie.
That's a red
context?
hot take tonight.
What's your context behind
She drove
that?
her husband away by not supporting any of his needs or desires. None.
Wow.
Like all she did was
Well, what
suppress them.
about her needs and desires?
He supported them for years by sitting in a cubicle, taking the crap. And I think, I'm just saying, what were her needs that were not being met?
I mean, like, I feel like when you have a home and children, she gave you that.
What? What are you talking about?
She helped him have children and
Yeah.
provided a home for them.
Well, yeah, but let's say they all love their family. Now, one thing that's not debatable is they're a good mom and dad.
Right.
They love their kids. They
Yeah.
love their family, and they love each other.
But then when it got down to it, he did get to go out and come back into the
in secret, because she was like, no way, nothing. I don't want any of this.
She needed to be seen again.
But it's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to keep going though. It's the same thing. It's the same. She's pushing Dash down. Like, no, don't be fast. Don't do that. We're here to blend in. Like
I got it.
She is she's not being compliant with the law. She is suppressing everyone's talents.
Gifts.
Her scared.
Everyone's. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that she's
Fear
not.
was the motivation.
Well,
scared.
I'm just saying she's the real villain in the movie.
Wow.
Villain
That's
is
my
so
point.
harsh. Very hot take for you.
I'm just saying that's my hot take. It's a hot take for a reason.
I know.
But I tried to on my hot takes on all these movies. I tried to pick something that I actually believed. I didn't just create something out of nowhere. And I do think, you know what, Elastigirl, you could be a little more supportive here of in some way. In some way, you could be a little more supportive of your family are legit superheroes. Now, I get it if you're saying, hey, we don't want to get arrested here.
Yeah.
We're trying to live our life. I get that. But she's over there on the call. He's over there dying in a cubicle. Like, yeah, this is a pretty terrible day. And she's like, I got the last box unpacked. Ha ha ha. You know, he's like packing boxes. That's what we're talking about. Like, I'm over here. I'm used to saving the world. And now I have to get excited about unpacking a box.
Being in a cubicle sucks.
Come on. Seriously. And that's what he was doing.
You could be flying.
He's Mr. Incredible. And she's wanting to turn him into Mr. Everyday. No thanks. All right.
My job.
I need to know if they discussed this before they tied the knot.
I don't know. Well,
I hope so.
before they tied the knot, she told him, you need to be more flexible. That's what she said. Pretty dirty. That's my hot take.
She's the flexible.
Sounds like he was pretty flexible.
This sounds like, yeah.
He really changed
He really
his whole
does.
life.
Yeah, that's okay. That's my hot take. That's it. All right.
That's the podcast.
All right.
All right. Here we go. That's the lesson of the day. Anybody have a personal paradigm shift through all this? That's our last question.
I have one. It goes back to one of my points, but Syndrome becoming a villain wasn't Bob's fault. It was Syndrome's fault.
That's good.
So even if you can blame somebody else, there are so many points throughout his entirety of his life, his villain arc, whatever. He could have stopped at any point. It's his fault that he's a villain, not
You know
Bob's.
what? Maybe that's the lesson of the entire thing. Take responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah.
Elastigirl, take some responsibility. Mr. Incredible, I'm not letting him totally off the hook. Take some responsibility. All of them take responsibility.
Yep.
Jack's a demon. Go out there, be a good leader.